grab a beer, and pull up a chair. Welcome to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. This is Mike, the Northwoods Beer Guy, and as always, I am joined by Jim.
Hello, buddy. How are you doing?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Well, I think I'm ready for this winter to be over. This roller coaster ride just keeps on coming around. It's like as soon as you think it's over, then all of a sudden, man, it's like snaps you in reality, I think.
I was going to say, it's not bad when it's like, you know, in the 20s. Well, we had, not that long ago, we had a day where it was like mid-40s.
Yeah.
Now,
those are good winter days.
Now we got staring us in the faces, the highs of below zero.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that, we will just wonder why. Why do we do it?
Well, you know, what makes it good, though, is that it's forcing us to stay inside and drink good craft beer.
That is true.
Which we can never go wrong there. So we got to think that somebody's making us stay inside and drink these beers, forcing us to drink these beers for the listeners.
Exactly. You know, because there's worse things to do.
Yes.
You know, and we know, ladies and gentlemen, that sometimes maybe, you know, you might feel guilty for doing that or something, but we're out there. We're going to do it for you.
We're doing it, doing our best we can to help people experiment with some different beers that we may not ever had and trying things that we think are good.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I could be wrong sometime, but I think we go in with best intentions.
Exactly. Now, I do have a question. Now, this is the last day of January.
Okay.
And we may have more barrel age, so we may have to change the name from Barrel Age January to Barrel Age Cold Winter Time or something. I don't know.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So we actually might have more barrel aged beers than we have time to actually.
Yeah. You can't, because you really can't limit that to a month.
Right,
and we did miss the first week, remember?
Yes, and we did have the wrap-up show.
Yes, yeah. So see, we're good.
We're still doing all right. I mean, but we still have the beer available, right?
Oh,
we didn't lose the beer by not doing the episodes, right? So we're still good.
We're still good. So we'll probably do some more until we think maybe we should do something else for a week or something.
There you go.
But
so what do you have on store today?
Well,
or on tap, I guess.
So today it's barrel aged. Here'll be my hint. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh.
We have come to drink you again.
Wow, you're a singer, too.
I know.
You're a poet and didn't know it.
We are going to do... Now, we've had some of this brewery, and this beer before, but not on the podcast. And I can't for the life of me understand why we haven't done it. But today, or this week, we are going to be focusing on Surly out of the Twin Cities.
Perfect.
And specifically, Surly Darkness.
Yes, I think, I could be wrong, but I think in the past we've had the big bomber bottles.
Yes, yep.
And I don't even know if those were barrel-aged or if it was just the Imperial Stout that was put in it. Yeah. But I think we tried some of those when we first started doing some craft beers. And boy, they were strong. I mean, it really got your attention on the flavor. There was no shortage of that.
No, that's for sure. And then, you know, we've talked about it before, but when you open those bomber bottles, you really are committed because you can't reseal them, you know, and
they're dipped in wax.
Yeah.
So you don't want to do it after you've had other beers.
Right.
Because you got to use a knife.
Right.
So I remember a couple times where we were like, whoa, where's the wives at?
We had to find somebody else to open it for us so we didn't hurt ourselves. So yeah.
Should we try one now and then we can maybe talk a little more about them?
Yeah, for sure. So
what do we got first?
What we have the original.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
And then we have how many variants? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different variants of darkness. And we have one other beer.
Nice.
So, but we're going to start with the original, or, you know, the base, so to speak.
Right, so do all of these other variants start with this first one?
I believe so.
Okay.
And then they tweak it.
Put it in different barrels and
different barrels, different things mixed in with it, stuff like that.
Nice.
So, let's see. The information on this, now, these are all 12% ABV. So they're big,
only 12%?
Yeah, so they're big boy beers as well.
And what's the ounce in each can?
They are all pint cans.
Oh, so
they're
high ABV.
16-ounce pint cans. High ABV, higher liquid content than your normal.
There's a lot going on there. So, and we got, how many did you say?
We have total. We have 8.
So
I think what we'll do is we're going to start with having a sample of each of them, and then we can go back later and we'll finish them up if we so desire.
But we get to that last one. Hopefully, I'm not slurring my words. Hopefully, you can change that when you go into do.
Yeah, we'll fix it in post.
Yeah,
no big deal.
Yeah.
All right, so Surly Darkness, their description says, our massive Russian Imperial Stout contains waves of chocolate, coffee, cherry, raisin, and toffee, plus non-traditional dose of aromatic hops.
Well, it sounds good.
And the thing that's cool about Surly Darkness is the artwork on the cans.
Right.
Every year, the owner is basically like a heavy metal type guy.
Oh.
And he always has local artists in the Twin Cities design the artwork on the cans.
Perfect.
And so all of these cans have each year they change the artwork.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then they're specific to that year. So let's say 24 had the certain, what did they have? Kind of like a lot of them have skulls on it. So it's kind of, but they had that style. They're all the same, but then they'll change the color of the artwork and such on the cans. Uh-huh. The cans are usually black. In some years they've been a flat black. Other years are kind of a gloss black. But anyway, they all have different artwork, and it's all that really crazy kind of heavy metal.
Well, hopefully
skulls
the pictures do it justice on when people look at the picture you took of these. I mean, I don't even think I could describe what this is a picture of.
Yeah, to me, this one looks like some kind of a alien octopus.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it even has octopus babies on the side, too.
Yep.
But, I mean, I don't honestly know what that is, but it looks cool.
Yep. So we do it right, Jim. We're going to use these little snifter glasses.
Oh, all right. Can't go wrong, right?
Can't go wrong.
So we're on our
for you.
First.
So this is the original, the base model, so to speak.
Yes.
Of Surly Darkness.
Well, there's an aroma there.
Definitely dark. That's the one thing. They're all going to be dark. So.
Really dark.
Oh, yeah. You can smell. There's
something going on there.
I definitely get that cherry smell. I get booze. Boozy smell.
Booze. That's good.
That is good. The one thing that is kind of crazy is you do get a little bit more of a hoppy flavor out of this than some of the other Russian Imperials that we've had.
Yes.
But still, it's kind of their trademark. But
the finish is still smooth. I mean, I think it's on the front end, the hoppiness.
Yep.
Because it's not overpowering, and it shouldn't. I mean, but that's I think makes theirs unique. It says there's a little bit different flavor than just a standard Imperial Stout.
Yeah, you're right, and that way they kind of stand out from the crowd, so to speak. When you taste it, it's a darkness.
Yes.
Where every brewery tries to do that, but I think they do it pretty well. And they've got a long history with making darkness. So I mean, they've done it for.
Many years,
yeah.
You can tell when some of the breweries are doing their experimental part. They're just in the infancy of doing this barrel aging. Or you can come to a company like this who's been doing it for many years, and they actually put out several variants once a year. And I think this shows, that they've got quality there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I've been to the brewery a couple times. The first time it was my family and I went, and we did the tour. Ooh. of the facility and such, and it was cool, and you hate to say it, you tour one brewery, you kind of
have an idea.
They all have little differences, but making beer, it's all kind of the same.
Right.
But it's really a neat place, and their building is big. I mean, it's
since I've been there, is it Distal?
Yeah, it's probably similar to that, or I was thinking Toppling Goliath, because they have an upstairs and a down main level as well. The main level is I don't know how many people you can fit in there to eat, because they have food.
Okay.
And
their own. It's not just pizza. And
no.
You can
they have a menu.
Nice.
And they have, if I remember right, the tables I believe are all big long, look like picnic tables.
Oh.
That kind of a table.
Okay. Like a beer hall table.
There you go. Yes. Yes. And you can get a lot of people in there. And upstairs is more seating for eating and such now. We did the tour with my mom and dad and brother and uncle and them, and it was cool. The only thing that I was really was at the end you got to sample beers, right? And they had, I can't remember if it was 6 different beers, whatever it was. None of them were darkness, of course. It was more kind of whatever out of one of some IPAs and some other stuff. But they gave everybody a taster glass to use to. But then when you got done, you had to turn it back in.
Oh,
yeah. I was like, really? So that was kind of a bummer, but still. And then the next time that we went, we actually went with BK.
Okay.
And it was Susie and I, and then actually your wife was there.
All right.
I think we were up there for a birthday party or something. I can't remember or a Halloween party, whatever it was. And then the next day we went to Surly, and that's where I was talking that we should go up there and do a podcast from there sometime because they actually had I don't know how many beers on tap.
Oh,
it was
wow.
crazy, and they had a number of barrel aged beers on tap.
Okay.
And Jim, they had beers I had never even heard of.
Really?
On tap that were barrel aged. And I'm like, what's that? And then when I was talking to one of the bartenders, he goes, yeah, they don't can some of them. The only place you can get them is the brewery.
Right, because I noticed on the website, when you look, they got the cans, they got a picture of the can, and then you have some that are just in the glass.
Yeah.
So they didn't even have a can for them. So
right. So
like, wow.
it was interesting, and I tried a couple of them up there that they had at that time.
Right.
And they were good. And I was like, man, I wish you could have had this in a can, So, yeah, so it's a neat place. So if you ever get a chance, you got to stop into Surly up in the cities, and it'll be worth your time. It's a really cool place. And that their merchandise, they've got sweatshirts and T-shirts dedicated just to darkness.
Wow.
And it's got the fancy artwork on it and all that, and it's pretty cool. I mean, they got all sorts of stuff, of course, but.
Well, what are you thinking? Let's go back to this. And what about your score for the very first one?
Boy, for the base model, we'll call it, it's pretty good. Like I said, some people may find the hoppiness a little bit different, I guess. I don't mind it because I think it kind of separates them or sets them apart from the other places. I'm going to go, I'd say like a 3.7 on the base model. 3.7. 12%, I think it drinks pretty smooth. It does have a boozy smell,
right,
and such, but I also got the cherry and all that kind of stuff, those different aromas in that initial smell, I guess, the aroma. And the taste, it is good, and I'd drink it.
I mean, I echo everything that you're saying. I mean, it's definitely, that you've got a darkness to that first taste. So, I mean, and it's not a bad taste. It's just unique. It's different, but I like it just like you do. I mean, I just can't wait to try some of the other ones because this first one kind of gets you, all right, now I'm in the mood. I'm ready to, we had the base malt without any of the flavors added. So now these other ones are really going to be, I think we got a good base or good understanding what the flavor's going to be too.
Yep, good reference.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to stick right with you. I'm going to go with 3.7 as well.
Okay.
Keeping it easy.
Yeah, nice.
Super.
See, we think alike.
There you go. So what do you think is next?
Well, the next one we have is their barrel-aged darkness, and this one was called Gimme S'more.
Should I read this one while you get it ready to pop it?
Sounds good.
All right, so this is, again, the darkness line, the bourbon barrel Russian Imperial Stout with vanilla and cinnamon called Gimme S'more.
Okay.
12% ABV. Gather around a campfire with this darkness variant, conceived by Surly's Dave McGrath, aged on vanilla and cinnamon in bourbon barrels. Gimme S'more more than lives up to its name. So 2 whole sentences, not much.
That is one thing that's kind of weird because when we decided we were going to do this, because I do the same thing. I'll look on Untappd to see, because sometimes they have a longer or more of a description.
Yep.
Because you had said you looked on their website and there wasn't a whole lot. So then I looked on Untappd and it's the exact same thing that they have on the website.
It's just copy and pasted over.
Yeah. So
nothing extra.
Right. So it's kind of crazy, but it gets the point across, I guess.
Right.
Okay. This one, I can smell it's got to be the cinnamon.
I can smell some alcohol in there.
Oh, actually, yeah. I think that's going to be a constant through these cans here, that you can smell the booze.
It definitely doesn't smell bad.
No.
It's smooth.
It's very smooth, but I guess on the
finish.
On the aftertaste, when you're sitting there, then all of a sudden you get those other flavors.
Almost like the sweetness.
Yes. Exactly.
I mean, I can't pick it out exactly what it is, but I mean, the sweetness is kind of what the finish to me tastes like. I mean, it's not overpowering with the flavor.
Mm-mm. And that is pretty wild. I mean, honestly, these first two have been extremely smooth for 12%.
Yes.
You definitely get that boozy bourbon smell, but it doesn't come through. I mean, you do get a bourbon flavor, but it's not as strong as what I thought it was going to be from the aroma.
And again, I don't know what kind of bourbon barrels these are. So I can't.
Yeah.
does it make a difference if you've got like a Buffalo Trace as compared to one that was locally made? I don't know how that influences the flavor.
Yeah, I wish that they would say what it was.
That would be,
I don't know if it's like a local bourbon or if it's somewhere else.
Because we did find out it doesn't have to be made in Kentucky.
Correct. Yes, we've learned some things.
So it could be a local one, but we wish we could tell the listeners. We just don't know.
Yep. Now I would say too on this one, Jim, I don't get quite as much of a hop taste.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
That dryness. My mouth doesn't have that dryness like that after that first one.
Yep. So that's interesting too. So it changed that part of it as well.
But I mean, and what's good? I mean, that first one, the hop aroma and finish wasn't overpowering, but that's, to me, that's how I like the IPAs, is not to be overpowering, just a little bit like that.
Hold on a second. I must be drunk already, because I could have swore you just said that. That's how you like IPAs.
Right, the ones that I do like.
Oh.
If they're not the juicy ones.
Okay.
Just not that heavy, dank.
Right.
It's like makes you like cringe when you smell it. So, yeah, I mean, kudos to them. They got that down solid.
Yeah, awesome. Well, do you want to start this for a score on the Gimme S'more?
Yes. Well, so my only reservation about my score is, so I know it says s'more, and we're looking for, I don't know if I tasted much vanilla. I didn't taste a lot of the cinnamon. I did get sweetness. So, and it's definitely smooth, and it's 12%.
Yep.
So there's a lot of good things for it, but I guess the hard part, because we've had a couple of beers, not everyone, but we've had a couple where they say s'more. You can definitely pick out the flavors. So I want to give it a higher score, but I'm torn of trying to, give the right score for what I'm tasting. If I was blindfolded and you put that in there and didn't tell me what it was, I don't know if I could tell you it was a s'more. That's where I'm struggling with now. So I'm gonna have to go one tick lower. I'm gonna have to say a 3.6.
Okay, I agree 100% with everything you just said, because I don't get the vanilla flavor or really even the cinnamon. And like you said, I get the sweetness, but that comes after you're sitting there, like the aftertaste.
Yes,
and most of the time when you see something that says it's a s'more, we've had ones that taste just like a s'more.
Yes.
You can get the marshmallow and all that, where this one I don't get that. And I think I'm going to go with 3.5, which actually, the flavor itself was smoother than the original.
Yes.
But for score-wise, I think it was a couple notches down. It just kind of, I wish I was looking for more.
Right, and what's weird, and I don't know, I'm not a food guy, and I don't understand. But they have a s'more, which has a flavor, and then they have to add vanilla cinnamon. So you got very different flavors that are trying to be meshed into one. So honest, I don't know without having the brewmaster, but are those competing against each other? All those flavors, and I don't know.
It could be. I don't know. And then just you don't get like a graham cracker type of a flavor. No. You don't get a marshmallow type of a flavor.
Or even the chocolate.
Yeah, right. So,
maybe
it's
that's the sweetness. But
now, will we finish that can? I'm sure we'll finish it. But just, I guess I was just expecting it to be more like an actual s'more flavor.
Yes, 100%. So I echo that. So what do we got? What's the next one that we got coming around the horn?
The next one we have is called Midnight Manhattan. And this is their rye barrel Russian Imperial Stout with cherries and orange peel.
Okay. So again, as we know, 12% ABV. This is inspired by the classic cocktail. Oh, Manhattan.
Oh, Manhattan. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Our legendary Russian Imperial Stout gets aged on cherries and orange peels in bourbon barrels. First we drink Manhattan, then we drink again.
Oh, I thought he was going to say first we drink Manhattan and then we go crazy and.
All right. Well, I can't honestly say.
I don't think
that I've had a Manhattan.
No, I say I've never had a Manhattan, so I don't know.
I guess as far as I get into the foofy drinks is
old fashioned.
An old fashioned. I don't know. Is that a bad thing?
I don't think those are foofy though.
No, but
those are man drinks.
Right, that's as far off the scale I go.
Yeah, definitely smell something.
Yeah, there's something.
So before I taste it, I'm hoping that the orange peel isn't like the dominant flavor, because that gets to be that real bitter.
Yes, that's
so.
It's like that zest, right?
Okay. Yeah. Well, here goes nothing. Pretty smooth.
It's smooth, but I'm searching for the flavors.
I do kind of get a little bit of kind of that bitter on the right at the end.
Not a lot, though. I mean, it's
not a lot. And I think that the cherry must...
Is that the beginning taste?
I think so. It's almost got that initial sweetness in the very beginning.
Right.
It's got to be it.
But the flavors are not easily or very distinct. They're all kind of meshed together. I don't know.
Gosh. And it's rye barrel.
Right? Oh, that's the pepperish.
That's the peppery, kind of a pepper type thing to it.
But that's not overpowering either. That's
no. But you can taste the difference between this and the first two, because the first two were bourbon.
Right, and I guess, one thing we talked about in the past few episodes, again, is we don't know how long they were aged. I mean, like Central Waters, they got right down to the exact month.
Bottle, yeah.
And I don't know, I can't, without talking to the people there, how long these are aged. How does that affect not only the flavors, but then you're pulling that rye out of the wood too. So
Yep, exactly. So yeah, that's a good question, because you don't know. I guarantee they aged them longer than 8 months.
I would, yes, I would 100% agree. And again, I wish I knew more about Manhattans. Maybe that would have been an interesting beer to say. Like we did in a couple episodes where we had the bourbon, and then the beer that was aged in a bourbon. So now if we tried a Manhattan
and then taste the beer to see what the difference is.
Right.
I'm pretty sure the vast majority of our local drinking establishments, if we ordered a Manhattan, they would look at us and go, huh?
You're in the wrong city for that, buddy.
Yeah, it was in Manhattan.
Yeah. You're like, all right, they'll go on to the next person. You won't even get a drink then.
Right.
So what are you thinking on a score?
Boy, I do kind of like this one a little bit better than the S'more, because I think this one has a little more flavor to it. I'm going to go with 3 points. I'll go right in the middle, 3.6.
Okay.
That I had open. Again, you're right. I wish I knew what a Manhattan tasted like to see if this is remotely close or not. But it's good. I'd drink it.
Yeah, I mean, and again, for all the listeners out there, I don't think we're knocking any of these beers. I think that we always struggle, and I don't want to speak for Mike, but we're trying to slice a hair
right.
8 different ways, and it's not easy to do. I mean, and the things that we're bringing up we're just like nitpicking, but we're just trying to let help the listener to understand too,
right,
what some of these beers are about. So I mean, when we say these numbers are in the threes, they're all still good. I mean, this is still above average on our scale, right?
Oh yeah. Average is 2.5.
Right. So I mean, they're all good. So when I think we struggle because we try to pick apart each of our drinks to let the listener know kind of what we're tasting. So hopefully that helps to add some background to it.
Well, and especially with barrel-aged beers. Because like I said, we've rated so many of them.
Right.
That we're really trying to give the listeners what we feel is our honest opinion, and we try and break it down as much as we can so then you know what to expect.
Yes.
So
gosh, I'm struggling. I mean, so here for my score, where I'm struggling is I don't know if I'm tasting a cherry, I don't know if I'm tasting orange peel, and I don't know what the Manhattan should taste like.
Right.
So now I'm trying to give a score. I'm going to say a 3.5.
Okay.
I would just say this the lowest one so far for me. It's not bad. It's smooth. 12%. It's just the flavors for me are just a little bit hard to pick apart.
Okay. Yep.
That's my only thing I can say. I don't. Will I drink more? Yes. But I'm trying to. It's just hard to verbalize and get the words out to explain it more.
Right. I understand completely.
All right.
Awesome.
What do we get?
Well, hey, we're gonna just keep right on plugging along with
this
darkness.
one. I was a little intrigued.
This one sounds interesting.
Yes.
It's going to be really good, or it's really going to be interesting.
Yes.
Now this is from the 2024.
Okay, this is one of the new variants.
One of the new variants.
Okay.
And this one was called what is it called here, Jim? There it is. And these all come in a fancy cardboard box as well.
Right.
So this is their chocolate Limoncello.
Yes.
Limoncello. So that's going to be
that's what I thought. This one of all these,
and it says chocolate lemon on the side.
Right. Of all these, I thought this had the most intriguing.
This is going to be interesting.
Yes. So what we got is again 12%. Not surprising, all the rest were 12. So Surly Vice President of Brewing Operations, Ben Smith, came up with the inspiration for this curveball on a trip to Italy, pairing lemon puree and cacao. There you go. In a darkness base with time spent aging on French oak for good measure.
Okay.
The citrus aromatics and chocolate/coffee backbone echo drinks like espresso and tonic. But this is its own damn thing.
Yeah.
We can't wait for you to try it. Whoa. Those were not my words.
Those are fighting words almost.
Those were not my words. I was just reading what it said.
Take a whiff on that.
All right, let's see here. So this is the lemon.
The lemon channel, but it says chocolate lemon. You can smell the lemon.
Yes, you can. That right off
the bat. That's the first thing I smelled was definitely a lemon smell.
So the aroma matches what it
says on the can.
So that's
there
a big
you go.
Star.
Yep.
Big star right off the bat. Ooh.
That is different.
You can taste
not a bad different either. That totally doesn't taste like what I thought it was going to taste like.
Right. I mean it's got the lime flavor.
Yep.
You know, it's kind of that's what takes over your mouth.
Right.
I don't the other flavors. I don't get the cacao. Cacao. Oh, so here it says on the box it says with lemon puree and lemon zest, both.
Yep.
So they're double amping it up.
For sure, yeah.
But it's not bad. I don't know if we've had many lemon beers, have we?
A lemon barrel-aged stout, no. I'm pretty sure we haven't had much of that. That is wild, because, I mean, the flavor, to me, it shouldn't look that dark. You know what I mean? From the flavor, it's like, I'm expecting, like, an ale kind of a look. But, boy, this is not bad.
I mean, the hard part for me, I don't know if it's the bad thing, but the hard part is that lime kind of overpowers all the other flavors.
The lemon, you mean?
Is it?
Because it says lemon. I don't think it said anything about lime. Oh, but it almost has a lime taste to it.
Why do they go
lemon? Yeah, I don't know.
I totally, right. I mean, it doesn't say lemon. It says lemon. So I don't know. I don't know.
But I would say my one knock, and we'll find out when we have more of it. Is it going to be heartburn in a glass?
Right. We're only doing a little taster.
Yeah, we're just doing a part of it, a little snifter glass. Just because it's the two of us and we have so many beers that are high octane. Aroma-wise, flavor-wise, it matches exactly what it said, you know.
I mean, I guess, they put right in here chocolate too. I mean,
I'm not.
I mean, maybe there's a chocolate flavor in it. I mean, maybe that dark chocolate flavor. I don't know if that's what I'm tasting. You know, I can't really pick it out easily.
Yeah, and you're right. You're 100% get punched in the mouth by a lemon flavor kind of a thing. You know what I mean? That's all you taste, really.
Yes.
So
what are you thinking then?
Because of that, I'm going to go with 3.4.
Okay.
Which I still think it's very good. It's exactly what it says.
Yes.
You know what it is. But like I said, I am a little bit worried that lemon flavor might wear on you after a while. You know what I mean? And just be kind of, But it is good, and we'll finish it. So
yeah. Well, I mean, I think you brought it up a very good point. I mean, the lemon really sticks with you. I mean, from the aroma, initial taste in your mouth, the finish.
The aftertaste is I'm tasting lemon.
Even after a few minutes after, I'm still. That's what I taste. So, do they have lemon in there? Yes. There's no doubt. Do you need that much? I don't know. That's where the jury's probably out.
Right.
I personally would have probably liked a little more chocolate, maybe to balance it a little bit more. But it's not bad. It's still smooth, and it's a 12%er. So I think I'm going to be right in line with you. I'm going to go with 3.4. I mean, not a bad beer, anything that's horrendous. The lemon is definitely something. If you don't like lemons, this is not your beer.
It's probably not for you. Right. I just kind of wonder if they would have not used the lemon zest, if that might have mellowed it a little bit. Because as we're sitting here and you're talking, and I'm still tasting that aftertaste, you do get that where you can tell it's that zest, where it's that kind of that bitter, really strong kind of thing. But it's still, like I said, I give them credit. It's unique, and it is exactly what it says on the can in the box.
Yes.
But you're right. I do kind of wish maybe that a little more chocolate flavor would have mellowed that out a little bit more.
A little sweeter.
Yep. I agree 100%.
All right. Well, we'll move on to the next one.
We'll keep this party rolling.
There we go. What is up next?
Next is Surly Darkness.
Oh, there you go.
And this is their double barrel darkness.
Double barrel.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this one?
Yeah. Let's hear this one.
All right. So literally.
Not figuratively.
Literally.
Okay.
Darkness aged on Tattersall rum.
Oh. You have my attention.
I think I know somebody likes rum.
Yeah.
And O'Shaughnessy bourbon barrels.
Okay. No, O'Shaughnessy, they're actually basically right across the parking lot, so to speak, from Surly.
So possibly, I'm jumping ahead, but maybe some of these other ones that are barrel aged.
Maybe they're starting to get stuff from them because O'Shaughnessy has been around for just a few years. Not as long as Surly, but you could be right.
Okay. With a generous helping of vanilla.
Okay.
To finish. Massive rum.
Nice.
Massive rum.
Well, we'll find out. So sometimes that's a bad thing in beer, though.
And bourbon notes, along with vanilla sweetness and woody oak.
Now, this may be too much information, but I'm sitting here I burped a little bit, and it's all lemon.
Is it?
Yeah. It's like, oh.
Let's see if we can fix our palate.
Yeah, let's see. This might fix it.
All right, here we go.
So this is the double barrel. This one,
is that rum? Rum aroma?
It could be. I mean, at first I was going to say it smells real similar to the base model,
Right. I mean, the aroma's different.
Ooh.
Wow. That one.
That's pretty good. I get so when they said massive amounts of rum, I was kind of worried.
Yeah, right.
Because do you remember Rum Runner?
Yes.
And was that Founders, I believe, made it. And remember how strong that was.
That was just like drinking red out of one of your bottles, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was
kind of.
Very.
But it was really strong rum flavor, where this one is not to that level.
No. This is.
But boy, this is pretty good.
I mean, the combination, I mean, it does drown each other out, but I think it makes it smoother.
Oh, yeah.
I think for me, this is the smoothest one we've had today.
Yep. And I think that little bit of sweetness, I'm sure part of that comes from the rum as well, because, rum is typically made out of sugar cane or molasses or whatever. That's pretty good.
So, and again, I know we like to do this, but probably the listeners may not understand it. These are not like ice cold.
No.
And I think we're getting a lot of the good flavor. I mean, don't we always try to do that too?
Yeah.
Almost. I don't think it's room temperature, but it's...
No, typically on a stout, like these bigger stouts like this, they always say you should try and drink them between like 50 to 54 degrees.
Yes.
Because then more of the flavor comes out. And then if it gets a little warmer, you just get more flavor.
Yes.
So yeah, it's. I think these are about right.
Yeah, I mean... I would say, I'm very impressed with this one. Is really standing out to me.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this one, it's good.
Yeah.
And yes, wow. I'm gonna have to look at the thing that was the
Mike. Was it?
That was the freezer fan kicking
on. Off gas from over there?
I'm guessing something maybe leaning up against where that fan is. Yeah.
Wow.
This is impressive.
This is, for me, I think this is so far my best one.
I agree with you. And yes,
do you like
yes,
the rum?
Jim brought it.
Oh,
I'll say that now.
Did I do that?
Yeah.
It is one of the 2024 variants, yes.
Yes, this is good. Dude, I like this. I'm going to go 4.
Oh,
I think this is the first one that I'm putting at a 4 right now. This is good. I'm going to definitely have some more of that. That is really good.
So you stole my number. I was going the exact same number. I was going to say a 4. This is, and again, in our upper echelon.
Yep.
I think it's anything. I think we try to say anything about 4.0.
Oh yeah, then it's
you're in the stratosphere of, for us, craft beer taste.
Yeah,
this is really good.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jim. It's extremely good, and you're right. I mean, a 4.0 is it's up there, right. and yes, we've rated a number of beers, in that 4 and up, but compared to all the other ones we've done, it's a pretty small number compared to the rest of the beers we've rated. So,
and I think I don't track Untappd, and you do, but I think the good part is when we say something's a 4.0 or above, to us,
yeah,
I don't want to speak for you. I think that it's a good tasting craft beer.
Yep.
Is that a good assumption?
I agree. And we've talked about the friend of ours that an average beer is a 4.0. Right. And we're like, no, that's not how we're going to do it. And so, yeah, if yeah, this is good.
Yeah, I like this. I mean, after we get done, I think I'll definitely have another little hit off that one. That one's really good.
Yep, that is really good.
Wow. All right. Well, can we outdo it?
Well, we'll see.
All right. What do we got next?
This is the last 2024 that we have today for variant.
And again, so here's one point that I don't know. There's actually 4 variants.
Oh, is there? Okay.
The 4th one can only be bought
at the brewery. Really? Well,
so like I don't know if this is a proprietary blend.
We'll have to find out because we just happen to know somebody that lives up there.
Right. So maybe they can, I don't know if they have an opportunity to go up there, but I did see that. I mean, there is a 4th one.
Okay.
But I think 3 is really
3 is good. So far, the first 2 have been very good.
So what is this one called?
This one is their Cola Darkness.
Oh, okay.
And it says Imperial Stout, barrel-aged Imperial Stout with cola syrup. What is some...
Demerara?
I say, what is that? I don't know what that is. Demerara syrup, vanilla, and orange peel added. Why do they got to do the orange peel?
Right. And again, this is how many ABV? 12%. So it said it was developed by Surly's Francis Willett. So is he related to the bourbon
Willett? I don't know.
This effervescent.
Oh.
Say that 3 times really fast. Darkness Detour, aged in bourbon barrels with vanilla, dried orange peel, Coke flavoring, and a Demerara sugar.
Oh, okay.
You'll get a hint of orange and spice at the nose, with overtones approaching a Mexican Coke.
Wow.
All right, well,
that's interesting. That's got my attention.
Yes, so I mean, they're saying the right words to get me interested.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's, like I said, I had no idea what that Demerara syrup is, but boy,
what's that?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, man, what is that?
Is it cola? Or is it the syrup?
It smells kind of like a cola.
I mean, yeah, because I don't drink a lot of cola either. I mean, I mean, it's different. It's got, each one of these has had a different aroma.
These have been very unique on the aroma even. These last 3 from 2024.
Yes. Different.
That almost it does have kind of a cola flavor to it. Not a real strong, this is like, name your cola that you like. But it's very reminiscent of that. Almost more like a flat cola.
Right. I'm really struggling with words to describe it. I wish I could say more. I'm like trying to, even the syrup does not have a syrupy flavor or a sweet flavor or anything like that.
Yep.
It's a good flavor.
Yeah, I know. I very much enjoy that.
But I think I'm tasting some orange peel. Is that the finish?
It said there was orange. Yeah.
Is that the finish?
There's that bitterness on the finish. That's got to be the orange peel.
I mean, so
again, I don't know why. Why?
Does it? I mean, I don't think it's covering anything else up. Is it? I mean, I guess I'm just struggling trying to come up with it's not bad.
It's not bad, but you heard when you were reading it and it said orange peel. I'm like, why?
Right. I don't think they needed orange peel.
I don't either. It's still, I'll have some more, but I mean, that kind of takes away a little bit for me.
Right. Right. Should I do my score?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I think, so I looking at the box, it says cola. I don't know if I'm tasting cola. I mean, I've had Pepsi, which, isn't kind of a cola.
Kind of.
The syrup, I don't really know some of the syrup flavors. Really, the only thing I'm tasting is a lot of that orange peel. I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying it's bad. I do like it, but I think I'm going to have to go a little bit low. I think I'm going to have to say like a 3.3.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Are you serious?
Just because I think the predominant flavor is the orange peel. To me, that's what's standing out, I guess, or I shouldn't say standing out, so to speak, but that's the flavor is the orange peel. And once you said, is that the orange peel? That's all I can taste now is the orange peel.
Right.
And again, it's not bad, not at all. I mean, and if you like an orange peel flavor, man, you'll love this, But to me, I think they could have maybe not had that and let the cola and whatever that Demerara syrup, let that shine a little more.
Yes.
I think where now it went from it's initially sweet and then you get into that bitter tartness of the orange peel.
Yeah, and I mean 100% echo. I mean, I actually was because I like Jack and Coke. I mean, if I like a Jack and Coke, and so I have a little bit of it's always tainted with the Jack Daniels.
Right.
I mean, so this cola, I was like, wow, maybe this will be a good one because we've had a couple beers that have had good soda flavor, but this one, I don't know, it needs a little more.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it's still very distinctive.
Oh, yes.
You know, I give them credit for that. And very smooth drinking for 12%.
Yes.
Which all of these have been. But the orange peel just kind of, I think, overpowered everything, you're unfortunately. Right. So,
well, what do we got? What's the next?
We're going to change gears.
We're down to 2 left.
Down to 2 left. We're going to change gears a little bit. Now, another thing that Surly does is every year they have an anniversary beer, I believe, is basically what it is. Now, and we've kicked around doing those this time. Then we decided, let's do the darkness.
Yep.
But you did bring this one, and we're going to do it. So we're going
to do it for the listeners.
Yes. This is their Surly 18.
All right.
And it's a Belgian-style golden strong ale fermented with
there you go.
Brett and Myosis. I think.
Oh, really?
I think.
Okay.
And don't quote me on this, but I think they use stuff like that to make sours.
All right.
So this could be way different than the ones we've had so far.
All right. So here's what it says on the box.
Okay.
Not even in place else. So on the box it says Surly's anniversary beers are about challenging ourselves, be it with ingredients, processes, styles, or all 3 at once. For our 18th anniversary, a sturdy Belgian golden strong ale ferments on a wild yeast strain, allowing a funky sour process to develop for months on end.
Oh boy.
The path it travels mirrors over 18 years of brewing, instigating and making something worth seeking out, sharing, and savoring. Thank you for taking this journey with us.
Okay.
All right. So
the one thing with their anniversary beers is they do a different style every year.
Oh.
So I mean, it's not. Yeah, this is.
So didn't you say that all of these are going to be dark?
Not this one.
This is not dark.
This is definitely a Belgian. Little darker than a Pilsner color.
Yes, this is, I think, so far, this is the only one, I mean, you can actually see almost through it.
Oh, yeah.
So this is definitely not a stout, or it's stout in any way.
No. I'm going
to have you take your first sip, and then I'll watch.
Interesting. It's not bad, honestly. It's totally different than all the first ones we've had, but it's not nearly as bad. I thought it was going to really be a sour.
Right.
This is not bad.
This is not sour.
And what was did it say the ABV on that one, Jim?
I believe, looking it up, oh, no, I did not.
Here, I'll look up on Untappd as well, just to see, because...
Oh, here it is. If I look on the can?
Or you could look on the can.
11%.
Okay.
So
we
cheated.
Yeah. Well, you know.
So I mean, this
not bad.
This is not. I mean, I was really expecting, like you said, when it said Belgian heavy, and then they started using sour
and that Brett, whatever you call it. I was like, this
is not.
This is remarkably smooth.
So then, let me ask you this: do you lower your score because it doesn't have the things that you thought were going to be in it, or because
do you raise it because
it tastes good?
I think I gotta raise it. I think. Because
all right, so
this is pretty good. I mean,
this is not bad.
No, and
don't be scared away by this one.
No, and it's not. Like a lot of times, the Belgian, when you hear a Belgian beer or Belgian style, you instantly think of that Belgian, really strong yeasty flavor.
Yep.
This is not really that either. You know what I mean? You get some of it, but it's pretty mellow, and yeah, I like it.
What are you thinking on a score?
I'm going to go... Have I used a 3.8 yet? I'll do a 3.8.
All right.
I think this is good. 11%. If you had gave me this and not told me that and we'd have tried to guess, I'd have guessed way lower. I'd have thought 7, 8, maybe.
Right.
This is really good.
I think I laid out, I kind of put my cards on the table before I'm giving you my score. I was very apprehensive with this one. The things we talk about, I'm not a big Belgian guy. I don't like that yeast flavor. Sour guy, I'm definitely not there. But neither of those, even though they said it on the can, this is not what the flavor is.
Nope.
It's a very good, a very smooth flavor. I like it. I mean, I would even recommend, if somebody's never had a Belgian, this might be, you can try this one. I think this is a good one to try. I'm going to go right in your wheelhouse here, Mike. I'm going to have you slide over. I'm going to go with 3.8. I'm going to go right with it. I like this one too.
This is one of the most surprising ones so far today for me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just based on what it said on the outside.
I was totally worried. I thought, this is not going to be good, and it's very good.
So I think the hard part is telling our listeners we always talk about what's on the can should be in the can.
Yeah, and in this one, it is.
Kind of.
But it's better than what we thought.
Yes.
So,
all right, so are we down to our last one?
We're down to our last one, and this one...
We kind of saved it, didn't we?
We kind of saved it because...
What do we got?
Well, this is going to be interesting. This was one of their 2023 variants. And this is... And now, they had two different ones of this.
Ooh. Okay.
So when I first told you I had this, I'm like, I got to go back and look at the box to see which one for sure.
Okay.
So this one is their Parker's Heritage Heavy Char Imperial Stout.
Okay.
And it's aged in Parker's Heritage 15-year Heavy Char bourbon barrels, I guess. And, and Imperial Stout. So the other version they had was aged in 10-year bourbon barrels. And this is aged in 15-year.
All right.
So it's 12% once again.
The only thing extra that I have, it says brewed for getting heavy.
Okay.
We really don't need to see anything else besides drink this.
Okay.
So
getting heavy. Huh.
So I'm very intrigued. But I mean,
I am too.
And so this is the end of our Surly.
Our Surly episode
extravaganza.
And I've never heard of Parker's Heritage before, so I don't know.
Neither.
Again, what that should taste like. But
is Park? And I'm assuming that's bourbon. It's got to be bourbon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's a good sign. We don't know how many months it was aged.
No.
Do I smell the base?
I can smell it. Smells similar to that. Ooh.
That one. That's not bad.
That's not bad. That's pretty smooth.
I think that one takes the initial a step up, one step.
Oh yeah. You don't get that hoppy type of flavor like the base head.
Right.
But boy, this one, you get that. I mean, you get the bourbon, but it's super mellow. I mean, as far as, it's not like a sharp bite.
Like the burn. You
don't get a burn. There you go. A little bit of a sweetness to it, but that's pretty good.
Yeah. I'm glad we put that one at the end. I mean, that was...
we had looked at it.
And everybody, Mike...
I did bring this one.
This is Mike's beer, so...
it's funny.
Kudos, buddy.
At first, we thought about putting the lemon one last, because it was going to be way different, we figured. But I'm glad we did, because this is, really good.
Yes, I don't know if I can see you hit out of the park. I know you definitely got a single, though.
I think it... I was going to say I think it was at least a ground rule double, if not a little better than that.
All right. Well, I'll let you keep thinking that. That one is good though. I like that.
I like that. That's pretty good. I give him credit for that one.
I might have after we finish. You
may have another little.
I may have a little sip of that one. Again. Okay. That's good though. Yeah.
Well, what do you think on a score on that one?
Hands down, I think that one is my top for today. I'm going to go 4.1.
Okay.
I think that one's up to that is smooth. That is kind of, I think, what you and I think about when we talk about a barrel-aged Imperial Stout. Because, I mean, really, there's not a bad aftertaste. There's not a burn. It's smooth all the way from start to finish.
Yep.
It's really good. So I like this one. I like it.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to go the exact same score, 4.1, but I'm going to up you one. I'm going to say I'm putting this on the list for possible beer of the year.
Oh, can we drop the mic?
Yeah. I mean, this is very good.
Yeah,
I'm not saying this will win it, but this should be included in the conversation.
Yes. You can always talk about that.
Yeah, I think it's very good.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean...
And, it's kind of funny, because remember a couple weeks ago, we pointed out that we had 4 beers, and we had a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4.
Yep.
Yeah, this we don't have.
No.
We go from a 3.3 to a 4.1.
Yeah, these are all very good beers.
Which we expected.
Yes.
With Surly. And again, I do think at some point that we need to go to the brewery.
Yes,
and do a podcast from there, because, like I said,
I think that would be fun.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And there's stuff there that we've never seen anywhere else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like you said, they have some that's only Untappd there in a glass.
Yes.
You can't even get it in a bottle.
Yep. Exactly. Or can or any of that. So, yeah, I guess my rundown, the winner today was the Parker's Heritage. I think that was really good. That 18 surprised me.
Yes.
Honestly, it was very surprising. The most. I'd say the most, because that rum barrel I really liked. And really, the lemon one surprised me just because there was so much lemon.
Yes.
Maybe not as good a way as some of the other ones, but my top ones again were the Parker's Heritage, the rum, and the 18. But any one of these, if somebody goes, "Hey, you want a can of this?" You betcha I want a can of it.
And I think I can echo exactly. I had the exact same. My number one, the Parker's, the 4.1. Mm-hmm. That's way up there. I like that one, and I like the double barrel, and I like that I did like the 18, and I think, like you said, well, that was, of all the beers, that was the only one that wasn't a very dark beer.
Right.
But I was like, I came into the tasting like apprehensive because it talked about Belgian yeast. I don't like sour. I don't like, and it was neither of those. It was very good.
Yep.
So Surly did a great job. I would definitely be all for it to go for a weekend up there to do an on-site podcast and have a couple of those beers.
I agree with you, man. I definitely agree. So yeah, Surly, thank you so much. Hopefully, I'm going to tag you guys in this if you hear it, and we can
get up
there. And
we're willing. We're willing participants.
And again, if you have a pro staff, we would more than be happy to represent you.
Yeah, we can go up there and try tasting some too.
Yeah. We're definitely going to taste some, do a podcast from there. But I'm glad we picked Darkness because we knew this is a good beer.
Yes.
And like I said, that 18 shocked me. Yeah. But it's
not like this kind of shocker.
No, it's kind of like a wow.
Yes.
But all these variants, there was not a bad one in the entire group.
And they all tasted different.
Yes. And that's the crazy thing.
The aroma was all of them was a little different.
And I hate to say it, but one of the ones that was kind of, for flavor-wise, that was probably the harshest, quote-unquote, was the original.
Right.
And all the variants really, tweaked it and knocked it out of the park. Awesome, Jim. Well, hey, thank you so much for being a part of the Surly Darkness tour here. And, like I said, we will probably have another one with Surly since we still have a number of their beers, and we'll kind of go from there. So anyway, I don't know if you have anything to kind of wrap up with.
Thank you for inviting me. I thought this was a very good tasting. Because I know like we talked at the very beginning, we've had a couple of their big glass bombers.
Yep.
But not had a lot of the different variants.
Exactly.
So I'm glad that we got a chance to try some of these, and they all tasted great.
Yep. Exactly.
So thank you for inviting me. Thank you for letting me partake.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I hope you will let me after the podcast keep on finishing a couple.
I'm sure we'll let you
hang around.
Well, we got to finish these.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, you're here for the duration. So.
All right. Well, thank you, buddy.
You bet. Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. And like we always say, we hope your campfire's always warm
and your beers are always cold.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. If you have a question, a comment, or a beer you'd like us to review, please feel free to send us a message at northwoodsbeerguy@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're on Untappd, look up Northwoods Beer Guy and send a friend request. Until next week, I hope all your campfires are warm and all your beer is cold.